Alright. For real, how many of you guys actually have PlayStation Now or have used PlayStation Now? I am so curious about this because I get comments about PlayStation Now all the time. I've just read this article about the most played games on PlayStation Now, and I legitimately thought no one was using this, but apparently people actually are using this service. Do you guys use it? PlayStation Blog published an article about the most played games in PlayStation Now for spring, so March, April, May, June. And I'm genuinely shocked about what the top 5 PlayStation Now games are that are played on console and the top 5 games that are played on PC. And I want to look at them and I want to discuss it because this is weird and I just didn't expect it. PlayStation Now, more like PlayStation later. God damn, I know where the door is. I'll see myself out. Welcome back, family. How are we all doing today? Now, as you all know, we are working towards our community goal of hitting 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. It still sounds ridiculous to say, but we can do it as a community. I just need your help. I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and share this video with your friends or your family so that we can grow this community. Maybe you know a buddy of yours who's a PlayStation fan. Introduce them to me and they will be welcome into this family as well. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments, do you use PlayStation Now? Because I was really shocked about PlayStation Now's most played games in spring 2021. I really just didn't think people were using this service, and especially the games that have popped up on it. So on the PlayStation blog, we have this article called The Most Played Games in Spring. So as you can see here, it says there's so much to play this summer, including the newly released games on PlayStation Now for June, like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, available until September 6th. Bit of an ad there from PlayStation. Good on you for slipping that one in. Virtua Fighter 5, Sonic Team Racing, and more. As we head into the summer season, we wanted to look back at some of the most popular games based on our global playtime hours on PlayStation Now during this spring. And down the bottom of this article, it actually stipulates this is from the 1st of March through to the 1st of June, so 4 months time. Without further ado, so they've split it into 2 categories. The most played games on consoles, so that's PS4 and PS5 console players, people playing on a PlayStation, and then people using PlayStation Now on PC. And the 2 lists are incredibly different. The PC one makes somewhat sense, but the PS5 one and PS4 one, I'm super confused about. Before I actually even start doing these, can you guys give me your prediction on what you think the 5 most played games are going to be on the PS4 and PS5 and what they are on the PC? Curious to see if anyone can actually get maybe the top 1 or 2 of these correct on either of these platforms, because who knows? Alright, so the most played game downloaded and streamed on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 console from March through to June on the consoles with PlayStation Now is Marvel's Avengers. What? Marvel's Avengers, the game published and developed by Square Enix that came out last year to essentially a flop. No one really enjoyed it. It had a bunch of problems. The game was very confused in terms of what it wanted to be, and it's the most played game downloaded and streamed on PlayStation Now, and I'm just genuinely shocked by that. I know it's a pretty new game, but that's bizarre, right? It's bizarre. They said here that the most played is defined by global playtime hours as well, which means it's not just people booting the game up, starting it up and being like, nah, this isn't for me, and then bailing out of it, which if we're being honest, that's exactly what I did with Marvel's Avengers. This is people who have legitimately sat down and played through a large enough portion of Marvel's Avengers for it to track that data and tell Sony that's the most played game. Genuinely shocking. Uncharted would have made sense. The Last of Us would have probably made sense, but Marvel's Avengers, I would never have ever guessed that. Number 2, even more shocking, is number 2. And I don't even understand this. I cannot comprehend this. It is Horizon Zero Dawn. Why? Why are people using PlayStation Now to play Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a game that was given to us for free like 2 months ago by Sony? I mean, I guess if people missed out on getting the game for free, maybe they're using PlayStation Now to catch up on that service, but it's still genuinely shocking to me that Horizon Zero Dawn is number 2 on that list as well. Again, not Uncharted, not The Last of Us, not God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys who use the service can shed a bit of light on this for me. Maybe these games are like highlighted and you're encouraged to play them, or maybe they're the best titles on the service at the moment. I'm not 100% sure. Number 3, 4, and 5 are less exciting. 3 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It said previously, Formula 1 2020 is number 4, and number 5 is WWE 2K19. 3 relatively mainstream games, I would say there. Call of Duty being COD, obviously your standard first-person shooter game, which is kind of for everybody. COD 3 is, I mean, Black Ops 3 is fine. It's not a bad Black Ops game. Not my personal favorite COD game, but it's not a bad one either. It's probably the only one available. In fact, I think that was given to us for free on PlayStation Plus last year as well, I believe, like last June. Formula 1 2020, I mean, it makes sense. A racing game, very generic. Anyone can pick that up and play it and enjoy it. And then WWE makes sense as well. I'm guessing that NBA and FIFA and Madden aren't included on PlayStation now, hence why these sports titles are here. But you generally do see a lot of sports titles creep into these top tier lists whenever Sony or Microsoft publishes one of these lists. So top 5, Marvel's Avengers, Horizon, Call of Duty, Formula 1, and WWE. Not at all what I would have expected. The interesting part is we go over to the PC list. So these are people using PlayStation Now on their PC, using the PlayStation Now app, I guess, on their other thing that's not a PlayStation console. This list is wildly different again. Number 1 on this list is Bloodborne, which is very interesting. I think it makes sense because PC players don't have a way of playing Bloodborne because it's exclusive to consoles. But it does say here that these are played via streaming, not via download, which means that people are legitimately streaming Bloodborne onto their PC to play it via PlayStation Now, which is kind of weird given Bloodborne's a game that kind of needs a lot of precision. It runs a lot better when it's got that high frame rate. It's not janky or anything like that. So I assume people's internet connections must be very good to be able to run a game like Bloodborne like this, but hey, what do I know? Number 2, again, is Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know why everyone's playing Horizon Zero Dawn this season. I have no idea. I believe the game came out on the PC as well, like earlier this year or the end of last year too, so I mean, I probably would have expected people to have been playing the PC version of the game rather than streaming the console version of the game, but hey, each to their own. Number 3 is The Last of Us, which, you know, it is an exclusive game. This one absolutely makes sense to me because it's an exclusive game to Sony's platform, so if you want to play it, you need to use PlayStation Now or own a console, so, you know, I guess that makes sense. And it's a pretty critically acclaimed game as well, so I can see why PC players would want to get in on some of that action. Number 4 is their old friend, Marvel's Avengers again. Why are you all streaming Marvel's Avengers onto your PC? Just play it on your PC. It's probably a better experience at this point. I mean, it's probably on Game Pass, and that's probably not streamed, so better experience again. But yeah, Marvel's Avengers hitting in at number 4 there. And then number 5, Detroit Become Human, which I believe is another game that's on PC, right? All of those Quantic games ended up coming to PC a year or two ago. So a very strange list of content here. Definitely not something I would have anticipated to have been on the top list of games. Very much surprised about these ones. Possibly that there was some exclusivity around Avengers being on it for like 2 months or something like that, or 3 months, and because there was an exclusivity period, people were like, I've got to jump in and play it now. I don't want to miss out. That's my only guess, unless there is something else that I just don't know about. I would love for one of you guys to tell me, why is everyone playing Avengers? And why is everyone playing Horizon? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. It also says here, PlayStation Now has regularly refreshed libraries. Oh yeah, this is an ad, but it's basically just telling you there's new games coming. So check out the titles like Marvel's Avengers, Jump Force until August 2nd, and The Witcher 3 before they leave the service. So they're just basically saying that new games are coming and going all the time. That means Marvel's is around till August, so it's around for another whole month. So maybe some of you guys want to go and play that as well. I don't know. Anyway, let me know in the comments, does this shock you, or is it just me who's surprised by this? I'd love to hear what everyone's thoughts are on this one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're not already subscribed to the family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Help us hit that 50,000 goal by the end of this year, and I'll see all you gamers in the next video. Patrons, thank you so very much for each and every one of your generosity this month. You'll be seeing your names coming up here on the right hand side if you're a Patreon or a channel member on the YouTube channel this month. If you want to support me, if you do decide you want to support me further and help keep this channel's lights on, link in the description down below to become a Patreon, or you can click on the join button down below next to the subscribe button to become a channel member. Thanks, you guys, you're all legends.